Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. So, if you noticed my last video, somewhere in there I did get to the point and I showed you that I did have the mission unlocked for Federation Superhighway. A little bit busy this time of the year, so it's taken me this long to get to it. Now, I have done a video about Romulan Superhighway, and I did title the video Romulan Superhighway. My plan is to actually try to go in and rename that. I'm pretty sure I can. Rename it something like with Superhighway in the beginning and maybe a colon or a hyphen to note that it was the Romulan one. And then have this one be something about the Superhighway, the same as I would do with the other video, but say Federation at the end. Try to make this part of a group. So if you like and subscribe to the channel, you may be able to go in there, at least I assume. Maybe you can do a search for Superhighway and have all the Superhighway videos come up. Alright, now I did mention that it is a mission, and once you finish the research for the Superhighway, and I'll show you the research a little bit later in the research tree, the mission claim box should pop up here in your gift section. You will have to claim that first before you get the mission to go and unlock it. Here it is, Belosian Space Superhighway. Hit locate. You can see I have my Voyager already stationed here. One thing I did want to call your attention to before I go ahead and unlock this. Some of the warp ranges and warp times. We'll select the Orion Corvette just so we can get into all the warp ranges. Now let's take a look at these 50 systems that have the big epic armadas in them. So I select on Tedgeluck, and the warp range is here listed as 105. Probably a little lower than those of you that don't have these superhighways unlocked, because I have the Romulan Superhighway unlocked. Now, yes, this is the Romulan space, but the way the superhighways are constructed, and the way the deep dark spaces are structured, the Romulan Superhighway was closest to the right edge of the map. Therefore, Romulan here in the middle, you don't have access to it, or you're not necessarily you don't have access to it, but your path isn't going to take you that way. So you can see Arlen, 185 warp range, and Rylan, 185 warp range. They're all supposed to be 185, but because I have the Superhighway unlocked, it has reduced the warp range necessary. And as I did maybe I did mention, one of the reasons why I picked Romulan was because what else is on the right side of this map over here? Well, 1, 2, 3. These 3 green clouds over here. These are the 3 highest, at least as of right now, Borg spheres, right? The Bolos, the solo Borg armadas. And at least I was thinking before, trying to decide which faction intelligence to trade my raw intelligence in for, trying to figure out which faction you go for first. Now, it is possible that, well, let me select on a system and you can see the path. So you see the white dotted line here, coming all the way down here. That's your path. So this is a superhighway right here. I saw that being close to the Bolos. I'm like, oh, it might make it faster. Well, it did. It knocked about 6 minutes off. Now, take a look at this red line right here. This one unlocked, it should make it even faster. Now, would you still use this one? Like, say, if you did, this is actually the Blosian one, and I'll show you how to figure out which one of these red lines is which faction. Could you go through normal space up to the superhighway, use the superhighway, come off, and get over here? Possibly. I don't know how else. This line right here. Would you be able to use it the same way? Well, I don't know. I mean, you may use the superhighway here and then use it to go up here. I don't know. Possibly. Right? Because this is not a superhighway. So if you did unlock Blosian first, would you come up this way, come across this red line, and then go back up here to go deeper into Klingon space so you can get this little path over here? Possibly. I don't know that it'll necessarily work like that, but it is possible, I guess. Alright, so big snafu by OBS, the program that I use to record my screen here. Got about 7 minutes into the video and it decided to crash. So I ended up talking for another 13 minutes and the dumbass thing wasn't even recording yet. So how wonderful is that? I don't exactly know where I left off, because I haven't gone back and watched the video on my phone yet, but it's about 7 minutes in, and I hadn't even unlocked the superhighway from the mission yet. I hadn't gone to the mission point. Well, guess what happened? I wanted to, show the video of me unlocking it, and therefore, be able to show you some of the differences. Well, thanks, computers. Goddamn computers. Always have trouble with those stupid-ass computers. It's like, they know what I'm very good at with computers is destroying the fuck out of them. You hear me? You hear me down there? Damn computers. We're screwing shit up. Alright, so Blosian Superhighway unlocked. Very disappointing. Try to go through this quick. I didn't really look too much at the video. I just noticed, like, well, shit. Down to 1 minute and 15. That's the wrong ship. This ship, thank you. Down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds, which is about what? 1 minute and a quarter, minute 15 seconds faster. That's pretty nice. Let's go over here to Drowman. The end of the Blosian Superhighway. It should have been around 6 minutes to get there. It is now. Not on the hostile. Down to 1 minute 47 seconds. So lots of time off of this one. And as I mentioned, I didn't look too much in the video. I don't remember if I got to the part where, or if this stupid thing was recording enough, or recording correctly, to show you how to decide which one of these red lines out here is for which faction superhighway. Well, you're going to zoom in, go in between these systems, about halfway in between the systems, should be a lock with a lightning on it, I guess because the power is out. You click on that, that is Klingon Superhighway here, and it's just this one little section between Erendidari and Tilmjib. How do you have a word with no vowels in it? Because this is 2 words. Alright. Man, Klingons are weird. And so you can see the same with some of these other lines. Bam. Origin Superhighway. Coming to about here. Bam. Origin Superhighway. Now there are also paths here. See this dotted line? Also unlocked when you unlock Origin Superhighway. Fucking computer fucking crashing on me like a jackass. All right. Now, what I did originally, anyway, I think I'm still on track here. So I went and I showed the research tree and explained how you actually unlock the superhighways. We have 4 columns: 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have 3 rows: 1, 2, 3. Top row is the Federation row, the middle row is the Klingon row, and the bottom row is the Romulan row. You notice the pattern if you look in the research trees up quite a bit. Now, as far as the columns go, this 4th column here, that is the faction's superhighway. Specifically, I'm saying the research that unlocks the mission for superhighway. And this one at the end is the Origin Borg superhighway that you have to get all 3 factions for first. Now, and I did mention this in, well, the video that crashed and didn't record, and also the Romulan superhighway video about what level some of these researches needed to be. Now, because you see the requirement here is level 4 of 10 for defensive maneuvers, you may automatically assume that KSG critical chance reduction would need to be a little higher than level 1 of 5. Maybe. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But I'm just here to tell you it's not going to. Because you can see the Federation and the Romulan didn't. I guess technically it's possible that the idiots making this shit could have made the Klingon one, oh, you gotta max everything first. Like, why? Most likely not. So there is a way, I like to say, working backwards. I'm sure somebody else has used this too. You click the go button and it'll tell you which one to go for. Or even tell you if you've met the requirement or not. Hopefully when I get defensive maneuvers to level 4, it's going to tell me that I've already met the requirements needed to do that research. Because I already have this one at level 1. But, and this is the second time, so I'm trying to do it better than I did, because maybe I used twice as many more words as I necessarily needed to, and now I'm doing my normal rambly shit. However, but I did want to call to your attention to the levels of all the columns. See section 31, the first one is level 3 of 5. The same thing for the Romulan, level 3 of 5. No reason to believe that Klingon is not going to go the same way. And as you can see here, I have all of them, all of this second column at 1 of 5. These superhighways are done. I have no reason to believe that I will have to do Klingon security guard critical chance reduction any higher than level 1. And because for the Federation and the Romulan, their third column was 4 of 10. Same thing for Klingon defensive maneuvers here. It should be 4 of 10. And then I will be able to unlock Klingon superhighway. And then I will be able to see the requirements. Well, I guess I could use Ripper's tool and it'll tell me what I exactly need for Origin Borg superhighways. I'm probably not going to like the answer. That's probably why I haven't looked at it yet. But most likely, I will save that for one whole video. Unlocking the Klingon superhighway and unlocking the Borg superhighway. I don't know if there's too much point in unlocking the Klingon superhighway and showing it to you, because it's just that one small section with, the Romulan. It was like, oh, which one? Or it was first up, so I wanted to show the first up. What did I what? Again, I've explained this already, so just wanted to go through the process initially. And now with the second one, possibly that you may want to go for the Belosians first. Maybe. I don't know. I do know for sure that unlocking the Romulan one first did get me more time off of the Bolos. Will unlocking the Belosian do the same? Because you saw the difference. It went from 4.5 minutes to 3:15. But unlocking the Romulan one knocks 6 minutes off. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm done now. Okay. I'm going to summarize again. Oh my God. All right. So, second iteration of Rhino doing Superhighway videos. A little bit more information this time. Showing you which faction superhighways are which. Trying to show you some of the warp ranges and warp range reductions and time reductions to hopefully show you more better what you need to do and what you will get, and you can make your choice of which faction to go to first. Comment below. Are you engaged in superhighways yet? How do you like the process? How do you like the process of gaining raw intelligence? Yes, I'm sure it's small, but it doesn't seem too bad. It takes a while, but again, there's not a whole lot extra you have to do. Are you in alliance with a bigger player that has unlocked all the superhighways? Have they recommended a specific faction to go out there first? Because there is more benefit out of that one initially. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully this video is going in. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.